Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Preeti and I'm back with another lecture in the DBMS series. So in the last couple of videos, we learned about serializability and concurrency control mechanism. In this particular video, we would be learning about database recovery management. So without any further ado, let's get started. Now the first question which comes in mind is that why do we even need to learn about this database recovery management? So it involves strategies and processes to restore a database to a consistent state after a failure or crash. So whenever there is a failure or crash, we need some methods or management so that we can recover our database. Now what are the types of database failure? So the first one is transaction failure. It occurs when a transaction cannot complete successfully due to logical errors, or you can say system issues like deadlocks. So whenever there are some logical errors or system issues like deadlocks, we can face some transaction failure which could happen in our databases. The second one is system failure. So it occurs when the entire system crashes due to a hardware or software failure, leading to loss of in-memory data. We have seen at certain times our laptop get turned off automatically or our computer system get turned off automatically. So there could be a system failure which could happen in our laptops or in our computers, which could lead to loss in memory of the data. So we need to recover from this particular failure. Now coming to the next failure, that is media failure. So it occurs when the physical storage, that is hard drive, is damaged, resulting in data loss or corruption. So whenever there is a failure in a physical storage, or you can say hard drives, it results in the corrupting of data, because of which there is a data loss. Now we need to recover from all these failures. So what are the recovery methods we can follow? So first let's see about the recovery phases. So the first phase is analysis phase. It identifies the point of failure and the transaction that were active at that time. So it will identify that at what point the failure happened and what were the transactions that were active at that particular instant of time. Now coming to the redo phase, so it reapplies the changes from the committed transaction to ensure that the database reflects all completed operations. So whenever there is a failure which has happened as part of a transaction, it goes ahead and roll back that particular transaction. So as part of rollback, it will go ahead and roll back all the operation which has happened as part of this particular transaction. So it reapplies all the changes from the committed transaction. As part of rollback, it will go ahead and reapply all the changes from the last committed transaction which was successful to ensure that the database reflect all the completed operation. Now the third phase is the undo phase. It reverts all the effects of incomplete transaction to maintain the consistency. So here in the rollback, we are rollbacking all the operations which needs to be performed as part of T1. So let's learn about the recovery techniques. The first one is backup and restore. So whenever we take the regular backups, we ensure that the data can be recovered to the last backup which has been taken. So full, incremental and differential backup are the common types of backup. Now the second one is logging. So we keep a record of all the transaction, that is transaction logs. The write ahead logging or WAL protocol ensures that the logs are written before any changes are applied to the database. So whenever there is a transaction happening, if it does any read or write operation, it is getting saved in our transaction logs, and once all the changes have been committed to the database, it goes ahead and delete the transaction log. But if the changes are not committed to the database, we have the transaction log, and using this we can recover our database. Now the third one is shadow paging. So what is shadow paging? It maintains two copies of the database pages. One is the updated one and the other remains unchanged until the transaction commits. So if there is one database D, it will make a copy of that particular database D dash, and in that particular database D dash we have all the last changes which were saved, and we'll be doing all the operations on D. Now D dash would be having all the changes which were saved at the last time. So even if there is any failure occurred at D, it can go ahead and recover all the data which has been lost as part of D's failure. So these are all the techniques which we oftenly follow whenever we have any failure in our databases. So this was all about this video. I hope you like this video. So if you like this video, please hit the like button. If you're someone who is new to my channel, can go ahead and watch out the tech content first, and if you find it useful, can go ahead and subscribe. Also, if you have not followed me on my social media handles, you can go ahead and follow. The links are in the description. Till then, take care, keep learning, keep growing, keep smiling.